So I think it's really great that you're considering protesting.
Stop.
2 kids? Well, that's perfect. They can make signs during the day. We have an arts and crafts station.
Do you like to drive? Do you like to fly? What kind of hotels do you like? Because we have a terrific bombing package for you right now. So she brings in this absolute fucking lunatic. Gina, where are we starting with Gina here, Steve?
So we could start with just the introduction to Gina, and then she talks a little bit about the news coverage, and then I think the stuff on the riots and her protesting tips are very interesting.
They sure are.
It's basically like a manual, an Antifa manual in podcast form.
I mean, and again, like I hate being like, I'm not calling for this to be silenced or deleted or scrubbed or anything. I'm really not. But I mean, this is fucking insanity.
Well, it's harmful to their intent. It's like advocating for riots and for violence actually undermines the pursuit of better racial justice in the country.
Well, it can also get innocent people killed.
Exactly.
Killed. So go ahead. Like George Floyd,
So,
you know?
hi.
Or Floyd George, sorry. I didn't mean
Hey guys,
to
my
disrespect
name
Karen
is Gina.
Phillips.
Yeah, I've been doing some protesting in New York City. And I happened to come from kind of a background of protesting a little bit. In college, I was involved in a lot of stuff.
Stop.
And her mother was a protester.
Can we just appreciate how stupid this fucking conversation is for a second? You know, it's funny. Like she almost makes like, you know, like when I was like, you know, funniest thing today. I was in line at the deli. Guy behind, I went to high school with the guy. I haven't seen him in 15 years. It was great. We caught up. It was so, the guy behind me knows somebody who, you know, it's
We've been protesting for
the
generations.
funniest thing. My grandmother, she was bombing buildings when I was in my mom's belly the first time she blew up a police car. Like
It's probably descending from Weather Underground.
yeah,
Weather
totally.
Underground,
Bill
yeah.
Ayers.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah,
This is Bill Ayers' granddaughter.
yeah, she's like, it's the funniest thing.
Maybe she comes from a long line of peaceful protesters.
Well, she's breaking the mold. I'll give her that. You won't believe this. Like, it's like, what the fuck are we doing?
Social welfare and justice major. So I
She was
think it's
what?
really great.
She was what
Social
major?
She's
justice
a
major?
social welfare and justice major.
Right.
College,
Otherwise,
I'm
hold on.
involved
Otherwise, the major that Kate Minihane is going to tell me she has in 7 years.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
When I just say,
I can't wait till Kate says, "Hey, I'm co-hosting this show. Dad, you've inspired me to get into podcasting." Ellie Schnitt called me.
well, Ellie will be old then.
That's true.
She'll be 70, but it's going to be, social justice and welfare major?
Stuff as a social welfare and justice major.
Social welfare. Well, she's
So
her
I
heart's
think
in
it's
the right
really
place.
great that you're considering protesting.
Hold on. It's almost like, and look, a peaceful protesting is fine, but it's almost like you're on the phone, like booking a trip with somebody.
Yeah.
I saw it as more of an interview.
Yeah. Oh, I see.
Okay, we see your resume here. I like that you're getting into protest.
See, I think it's more like, I think it's great you're considering us to do business with you.
For your protesting destination.
This would be a great experience for you. Now we're gonna blow up a building in Wyoming. I don't know if that part of the country interests you or not. But are you more of a city person? We can make this happen. So, do you like to drive? Do you like to fly? What kind of hotels do you like? Because we have a terrific bombing package for you right now. 5 nights, okay? Any hotel you want. You got to bomb 2 places. You have to burn 2 police stations. That's all you have to do. Then you know what? The rest of the trip is yours. It's almost like we did the other day with the
timeshare.
The timeshare.
I don't see anything in your
Antifa
package here.
timeshares, brought to you by Barstool Sports.
I guess more like Scientology. I mean, when it gets right down to it, this is a religion.
I'm looking at this. I'm not seeing a lot of bombing in your past. Is there? Do you want to tell us about your experiences?
You don't list brick throwing as an option. Is that a hard no, or you just didn't think of it?
I mean, let me ask you a serious question before we get into all this. And again, I see here you like Florida. That's fine. I think we can make that happen for you somewhere in the Fort Lauderdale area. Do you mind, attacking people who are over 70 years old? Because we have people who we need to start doing more of that. Are you okay with animals dying? Let's listen to this. Go back 10 seconds. This idiot.
As a social welfare and justice major. So I think it's really great that you're considering protesting.
Stop. 2 kids? Well, that's perfect. They can make signs during the day. We have an arts and crafts station.
We have a buffet. I mean, it's fine. I don't know I'm sure you're a vegetarian. That's totally fine. We have vegan options as well. We'll make everything happen for you. Again, you got to get there like 2 or 3 hours early. We're going to give you sort of the bombing tutorial before we get all into it. It's just,
I will say, some of these spreads are, when we protested the Chick-fil-A, the spread was fantastic. I can't guarantee this. It's a little different here.
One more time.
a lot of that stuff as a social welfare and justice major. So I think it's really great that you're considering protesting. And I kind of want to start by talking about how one of the
Hold
best
on,
things
Steve.
that
I know
you
it's
can
going to take
do-
forever for me to get through. Are the Schnitt heads, they call them?
Sure.
Are they? Do they have their notes? Are they writing down notes right now? Like now we're starting. This is how we protest.
It's more. It's almost like you're joining a major. So
Right.
you're considering protesting.
You're considering, yeah. I feel like I'm talking to my guidance counselor, my junior year in high school.
Well, let's weigh the pros and cons here.
I mean, you don't seem like somebody's ready to move to the West Coast yet, Kirk. I don't see you do. I think you have to stay in the Northeast right now. You know what? Let's do pros and cons. Pros. Bombs are fun. Watching stuff light on fire is fun.
Your verbal score was fantastic, but we're going to see if we can get you the written test again. We're going to need to redo that.
Jesus, sorry. All right, let's see if we can move forward here.
One of the best things that you can do is really understand protesting. What you're receiving right now from the media is skewed, and I feel like
Hold
we
on.
Well, the first thing is you need to understand it. So let me give a completely inane rant.
You need to understand it. And again, you want to peacefully protest, that's fantastic. Because we'll find later on, this is not what this woman has in mind, but that's okay. We'll get there. But
Most importantly, you have to understand. So
let me explain to you how protesting works, okay? Plain and simple. Let me walk you through it. I mean, if you're peacefully protesting, again, we're not fucking...
The Latin origins of the word
We're not building a time machine here.
Webster's dictionary defines
What you have to
protest.
do is get some comfortable sneakers, walk somewhere, and hold up a sign. Okay? Can we all handle that? This is where she gets into the media is anti-protesters, right?
Yes, correct.
It's rough for them out there.
It's the capitalistic
That
media.
crazy capitalistic
Right-wing media.
right-wing media.
receiving right now from the media is skewed, and I feel like we know that. Like, people in general know that the media is skewed. But,
Okay.
first, I just
She's
wanna-
right. She's right about that.
That is a college student that has heard over and over again that the media is biased,
Right.
but has no idea why the media is biased. She looks at Fox News
Right.
and says, "Oh, the media is biased."
She's right about that.
Yeah.
Fox News is biased.
Yeah.
And that's about it. But that's okay.
coverage that's happening, what I've noticed from what's happening at the protest as opposed to how it's being covered. The first thing about protesting is when we talk about particularly protester-to-police relations.
Does Ellie know? Hold on. Does
it.
Ellie know how fucking horrible this is? Like,
No,
just
she thinks it's great.
you think she thinks this is great?
I mean, I think they know that they're doing something different.
Yes,
I think they're knowing that this isn't like the usual entertainment that people are here for.
Okay, very entertaining. Go ahead.
As this like two sides thing, like these two organizations that are coming up against each other. And that's not quite accurate, and it kind of dispirits the point of protesting. What protests are in this dialogue, the police, which are, they're an organized union, they're their own institution, they've got guidelines and
Everything's
all that stuff.
rehearsed.
But what these protests are thousands and thousands of individuals who have decided to come together for this one cause. They
Hold
are
on. Like,
Yeah.
she's literally giving us,
Definition
forget the
of the
stupid
word
police,
protest.
the police thing, forget that. But yeah, she's actually telling. You see, what a hamburger is there's two pieces of bread, and in the middle they put a slice of meat. Now there are many options. You could put cheese on it, bacon on it, lettuce on it. You can have it plain. You like ketchup. Some people mustard on it.
Now, the media is going to tell you that it's not healthy to eat that cheeseburger.
Is it biased media?
And by the way, you can have it rare, medium rare, double rare. Some people even like it raw.
Now, here's what medium rare is. Now, rare would be when it's cooked.
You can
to-
grill it. You can fry it, I suppose. I mean, there's lots of ways. Some people like to put French fries on. Now, French fries are often with the. What is this? What the fuck is this?
Before we get into that, let me explain to you what a potato is.
It's just unbelievable. And by the way, anybody, I just picture these. Now, I don't mean to, people assume what our audience is. I'm guessing Ellie's audience is mostly young women, right?
Yes.
So it's a
I would
podcast
think, right?
by chicks for
Sure,
chicks.
which is great. Most of them must be like, what the I have faith in humanity. Most of them must be thinking, what the fuck is this? No?
No. Well,
think?
I think
maybe
most. I think
deep-
most
maybe
of them.
deep down.
Most of
but
them have-
no,
most of them-
are like, oh, this is great. This is needed right
Most of
now.
them
I
are
think a
hitting-
lot of them are like, oh, those are some interesting books. I already know what a protest is.
I think
so
most
I'm
of them
going
are
to
hitting
tune out.
hitting that 30 thing right there.
Yeah.
Like, does this get to anything?
Well, they might, but they would never say that.
Of course.
You know,
not.
the people
We
that
know
listen to that, oh, the Ellie Schnitt's podcast was great. on
Mike,
this.
everybody at Barstool thinks that when they hear this Ellie podcast. But they're not going to. I'm the only one who's going to say it.
Yeah, but Barstool isn't her audience.
You think Kevin Clancy listens to that podcast is like, wow, that's really good. If you listen to it. Or
I would
Dan
not.
Katz.
I would not think so.
Of course, Dave Portnoy. Of fucking course not. But you can't say that for some reason. I don't know why. You can't say it. And we'll tell you why it's dangerous in a second. But Jesus, keep playing. I didn't mean to get in Gina's way.
A community of vastly different people who all have a problem with institutional racism. And the reason that that's important.
Hold on. Why is institutional racism important? I assumed it wasn't. She's going to tell us why?
Don't worry.
Oh, who knew? Who knew? I didn't. What's your definition of police officer? I saw you rolling your eyes, Steve. For police definition, what was it?
I blacked it out. I don't know.
It was
Now here's
a union that was. I don't even know. Good.
Protesters are a group of individuals coming together to protest a cause. Police are it's a group of racists that come together
in uniform
to arrest black men.
Oh God. Go ahead.
Because while protesters aim to be a united front, it's not just one side. This is a society of people. It's a group effort of.
Did I miss the bong rip that she took right before this?
Hey, man.
Society is like a group of people, man, and we're just coming together.
I just appreciate it seems like a very diverse of thought conversation between these people. We're getting everyone together and having a conversation, which I appreciate.
I would like some of Gina's episodes, like when she says, "Do you ever think that like
I listen to a podcast
we're all just characters in my show?"
I want the podcast where Gina just defines stuff. Like that would be good. Like I would
starting
like
a podcast, and here's what a podcast is.
Yeah, that'd be your first episode. Podcast. I'd listen. I would listen to that.
You have to do microphones first.
That's true. You have to go all the way
people,
back.
yeah.
Yes.